Hey, welcome. Today we're going to dive into the pros and cons of living in St. Cloud, Minnesota. The real life things you love and maybe a few challenges you want to know about before you decide to pack your bags. So let's just jump right in. Hi, I'm Deborah Beyer, Associate Broker with RE/MAX Results out of St. Cloud, Minnesota. And when I first moved to St. Cloud in 1991, things were really different. There was no internet to guide me, and every decision felt like a huge leap of faith. But over the years, I learned a lot. As a relocating family, the challenges and the discoveries that we faced during those early days really helped shape my understanding of the community in ways that an online search doesn't necessarily capture. So as someone who has navigated the transition firsthand, and I've helped others do the same, I wanted to share some of my perspective. At any time, if you have any questions or you want to have a chat, feel free to reach out. You can call me, text me, or email me. I would love to hear from you. Relocating is going to be one of the most significant and stressful decisions you're ever going to make. It's about your life, your commute, your kids and school, your weekends, your hobbies. It's an overall sense of community. And if you get it right, it's going to be absolutely amazing. And when you get it wrong, it can be a lonely, costly mistake. What are the biggest draws to St. Cloud? What makes people stay, thrive, and call this place home? The number one thing that St. Cloud tends to offer is generally a lower cost of living, with the biggest cost of living savings would be being in housing. According to recent data, the median home price in St. Cloud is overall below the state and national median. So you can still find a well-maintained move-in ready family home in a good neighborhood for under $330,000. And for renters, the cost is similar. Average apartment rents are noticeably lower than in the Twin Cities metro area. And when you add that to the everyday expenses like daycare costs, gas, groceries, these are all massive expenses for families, and most find that it's generally more manageable. Now, affordability doesn't mean a whole lot if you don't have a job, but most people tend to indicate that overall, St. Cloud is a great economic powerhouse. We have the medical, retail, industrial, and educational centers that cater to central Minnesota. And the city is anchored by a lot of stable employers, like CentraCare Health. It's one of the largest hospital systems in the state. It employs thousands in every field imaginable. And then we also now have the CentraCare Regional Campus, and this is a new extension of the University of Minnesota's medical school. This is designed to expand medical education in greater Minnesota, as well as to address the physician shortages we see in the rural areas. We also have St. Cloud State University, St. Cloud Technical College. All of them provide hundreds of jobs in education and administration. And then we have major companies like New Flyer, Anderson Trucking, various trades, retail, and other larger companies, as well as other companies in the area communities which offer great employment diversity. So whether you're in healthcare, education, skilled trades, manufacturing, or professional services, overall you'll find pretty robust opportunities here. Now, if you enjoy being outdoors, taking advantage of what is offered, then St. Cloud could be it. We have 94 parks within a 25-mile radius of St. Cloud. This makes opportunities for outdoor exploration endless. But let's start with the Mississippi River. This runs right through the heart of the city, offering boating, fishing, miles of paved trails, biking, running, walking. We have the Beaver Island Trail System, which connects a series of parks right in the middle of town. And then we have the Quarry Park and Nature Preserve. It's a massive county park built on a former granite quarry. In the summer, you can swim in the quarry waters, you can hike the miles of trails and do some rock climbing. And then in the winter, it transforms into a destination for ice climbing and cross-country skiing. And then if you want to expand the opportunities within a 20 to 35, 45-minute drive, you can be in the middle of Minnesota's famous lake country. Here in Minnesota, we are known as the land of 10,000 lakes. And that offers an abundance of water recreation, including fishing, weekend trips with cabins and camping. It's all within an hour. And a lot of people, when they talk about the positive things about St. Cloud, they like to speak to the sense of community and family-focused living here. There seems to be an intangible feeling in St. Cloud that can be harder to find in a bigger city, like a strong sense of community. People say it's a place where people want to put down roots. They generally view St. Cloud as a solid place to live. They find it comfortable, decent amenities, affordable, and friendly, with really good access to nature. Now, the city and local area offer a lot of family-friendly attractions, In addition to the park systems, we offer a children's museum, public libraries, community center, and community education programs for every age and interest. And then in many parts of the town, you'll see kids playing in the cul-de-sacs. And the neighbors are chatting, people are out walking their dogs, and it just tends to be a little bit slower, more connected pace of life. Community events like summertime at Lake George, local farmer markets, the summer-long Granite City Days festivals, they all tend to bring the community together. And for many, this supportive, engaging environment is a huge plus. But what about those times that you want something that's more of a big city amenity? That is the beauty of St. Cloud's location. It's the best of both worlds. You get to live in a more affordable, manageable city. Well, Minneapolis-St. Paul is just over an hour away. When you need a dose of big league sports, a major concert, high-end shopping at the Mall of America, theater or arts, or a specialized medical appointment, it's all within a straightforward drive down 94. You can have a fantastic day trip or an evening in Minneapolis or St. Paul without the hassle and the cost of living there. And this proximity means you will never really feel isolated or like you're missing out. It's kind of the perfect safety net for entertainment and culture. So far, we've covered affordable homes, plenty of jobs, incredible outdoor access, a strong community, and easy access to the cities. But let's flip the coin. St. Cloud, Minnesota, like any city, has a lot of challenges, and for some people, these challenges aren't just minor, they are super big deal breakers. So here are 5 challenges to seriously consider before making your move. Let's talk about the one thing most people talk about, and that's our weather, our winters. Winter here isn't a 3-month affair. It can easily stretch from end of October through early April, and there have been many Halloweens we have seen costumes under the winter coats because it's just too cold. It is not uncommon for temperatures to sit down below 0 for days or even weeks at a time, with wind chills that will plunge it to -30, -40, or even -50 degrees. And it doesn't matter if we have snow or not. It is real, and it is a big part of life in Minnesota. The snow can sometimes be unpredictable. Sometimes we have a lot of snow, and sometimes we have very little. Honestly, if I have cold, I want snow. And sometimes just a brutal cold and no snow can be super depressing. Now, this definitely impacts your lifestyle. It affects everything. It means scraping your car windshield in the dark, high heating bills, mental challenges of limited sunlight, and being cooped up indoors for months on end unless you've invested in a serious winter wardrobe, and you also have a reliable winter-ready vehicle. Now, if you have seasonal affective disorder or really dread the thought of cold, this could be the single biggest deal breaker on the list. The second consideration is what a lot of other people talk about, and that would be the traffic congestion. For a city of its size, St. Cloud, Minnesota has a really frustrating traffic issue. Primary culprit is Division Street. That's Highway 23 that runs east and west. It's the main artery that runs through the entire city. Now, this stretch, especially near the Crossroads Center at the intersection with Highway 15, can become very congested. It is like a stoplight-dominated nightmare during rush hours and on the weekends. Our infrastructure is struggling to keep pace with the city's growth and the influx of shoppers and folks that converge for events from the surrounding smaller towns. Now, if your ideal weekend involves exploring a new Michelin-starred restaurant, hopping between trendy cocktail bars, or browsing unique boutique shops, you might find St. Cloud's options a little bit lacking. The dining and shopping scene tends to lean towards being heavily dominated by national chains. While we do have some absolutely fantastic local great spots, unique stores, breweries, cozy shops, and ethnic restaurants in St. Cloud, unfortunately the overall variety and density of high-end or uniquely cosmopolitan options are limited. The nightlife is largely centered around the college bars and a handful of local pubs. If you are used to a more vibrant urban scene, the entertainment landscape could possibly make you feel underwhelmed. More often than not, you would probably be planning trips to the Twin Cities for those more sophisticated experience. And following that, and if you are accustomed to a culturally diverse community, St. Cloud is more diverse than many other outstate Minnesota cities, thanks in part to the significant refugee and immigrant population. However, it still lacks the deep and broad multicultural fabric of major metro areas. There is a limited and a narrower range of cultural festivities and festivals, international markets, and other community events. The efforts are being made. The cultural scene, unfortunately, it is not as rich or varied as it is in a more larger international city. And for those that are coming from highly diverse backgrounds, there can be a sense of missing that cultural diversity. So if that's something that's really important to you and your family and it's high on your list of needs, you may want to delve a little bit deeper, whether or not this community would be a good fit for you. The flip to that is if you believe that jumping in and bringing your culture to our area would benefit our community, we invite you to become part of St. Cloud and the surrounding areas. Now remember that strong sense of community we talked about? As a pro, it can have a flip side. St. Cloud can at times feel like a very small, large town. And personally, I have noticed a positive change since we moved here. Over time, the community has grown in families that have relocated, which opens connections and opportunities. However, some folks still have really deep connections that run super, super deep. They are multi-generational families. They know each other, they related to each other, they went to school together, they graduated together, they have shared friends, they have their tribes of close people. And this can sometimes make it harder to connect. However, I will share that as with all things, being involved in athletics and activities and school theater and various groups or church always help build bridges. So where does it leave us? As we've seen, the answer is going to be a resounding it all depends. It depends entirely on your personality, your priorities, and the stage of life, or even why you're looking to move here. If your top priorities are financial stability, affordability, you are an outdoor enthusiast who loves to hunt, fish, water sports, golf, bike, hike, boat, kayaking, you're looking for a strong family-oriented community with a great parks and schools, and you have the right mindset and gear to not just survive, but embrace a long and serious winter, this could be the perfect place for you. However, if you are deeply affected by cold weather and limited sunlight, you tend to thrive in a constant stream of new upscale dining and nightlife options, you value high, dense cultural diversity and the obscurity of a large city, you may want to delve a little bit deeper to decide whether or not this would be a good fit. There really is no universal answer. My goal today wasn't to make the decision for you. It was simply to give you the information based on my experience. And based on this information, I would suggest weighing these 5 pros and cons against your own personal list of things. What makes a place feel like home? There are so many other numerous factors that we did not share. And if you want further information or clarification, feel free to like, comment, call, and/or email me. I'm happy to offer insight from my experiences and those that I've been helping for the last 20 years relocate. And if this was helpful, please hit the like button. It really helps the channel. And if you're still on the journey to find your space, make sure you subscribe because we will break down places like this every week. So in conclusion, I want to hear from you. If you live in St. Cloud, what's one thing I missed? What's your favorite thing about living here? Or not so favorite thing? Because the more we share, the more people will see what we offer. And if you're considering a move, what's your biggest remaining question? Drop it all in the comments below and let's have a conversation. I appreciate you watching, and until next time, happy house hunting.